Those are just locks. It's not the psych locks. They're just locks. I still... I hate it when things make me look stupid. Damn it. The Misty Fade thing is going to be bugging me forever. Right. This is what Godo was talking about. Yeah. The trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once. Mr. Edgeworth? I'm afraid I can't. Growling at the camera isn't helping. God damn it! It's not possible for me. What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying that you cannot do the new locks? Yes. If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you're one to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly There's no telling what sort of mistakes you can make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That is your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Marion! Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of the things here. Edgeworth. God. He's presenting to an emergency room. Because so much pride, he'd probably have crying in the corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can't help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris? No, not at all. Why'd you make a run for it, Iris? I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried, I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was alright, but... But what? When I saw these chains here. I saw these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and... Who in the world would do something like this? These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Kurain tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it. And you aren't the one who set these locks. I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Retro. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks. The first one. Yes, that's correct. What? Iris, try to think, please. Is there any way around this? Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if we went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But it would take time, won't it? Yes, about a day if I had to guess. A whole day? Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure, I'll do whatever I can. Gotta wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're going to have it call you on your inner strength now. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen at the same evening at the Inner Temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too. Being spotted at both Hazakura and Temple in the Inner's Temple. This is if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. I'm gonna see if I have what I need to do this. Yeah, the crime. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. You still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe that you're telling me what you're telling me too, but I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Take that! I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini. Her testimony in court today was very clear. I thought I was helping an acolyte with her trading in the Inner Temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to the Hazakura Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. Cece, Iris, you were at the Inner Temple the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The acolyte's actual... Oh,
another has risen to join the flock.
Stable, thank you so much for that subscription. 6 months. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for that. She started 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the Inner Temple. So I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think. How you doing tonight, Stables? I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you. Huh? Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40, but what you say doesn't add up with this. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I have enough anyway. I don't have anything to hydrate with. I drank my drink. Yeah, yeah. Fine, I'll get another. Later. I'll come back to that. Finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. Illy! How could I have done that? Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Ah! Hey! Don't you dare run away! What do you want, Wright? What do I want? If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away! I was ready to hug it out with him. But he's still just the same prideful Edgeworth. He went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. As they kissed. You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? But there's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime. That's why. You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow? Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect, Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? So I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. No, thankfully, my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. Wait, so... Oh my god, everything's all tied together. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse. So why did Misty Faye go into hiding 17 years ago? Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen, and when we passed out, that's when it happened. A single gunshot shattered my whole life. Thank you for the blessing. Haha, god damn it. That was everything that day. All because of the... Okay, here's the thing. I thought she would disappear. She disappeared like 10 years ago. So in my mind, everything's all off right now. God. I didn't forget about Misty Faye. I just thought it was just a back thing. Like, oh, hey, my mom's missing. We don't know why. Okay, whatever. And it was never really... my dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? Who is? Misty Faye? She was the master of the Kurain technique. Like what? Yeah, it's Mia's and Maya's mother. I think I know that. I was there, but... Master of the Kurain technique? It was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you choose to become a lawyer for my sake. And after you saved me. I did not realize she had a job. So I'm going to say no, I don't remember. Because I pushed all that info out of my head. Pushed it all out of my head because it didn't seem important. At all. Like, at all. I don't know what she did. It's the thing they do. Spirit. Oh, spirit medium! Right! And she got it wrong! Yeah, But why was she... Oh, God, it's all coming... Oh, good lord. It's all coming together. You're stronger than you think, so no more of the self-pity, okay? Disgrace... But why was she... why was she going to hiding for disgrace? I don't know. Something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. It felt like I'd seen her in court before. Yeah, that's what you're on. So back to the criminal affairs department to look for her file. Yes. I checked over every case file I'd ever worked on. And I was right. I'd seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. Yeah, it's like now she's dead. It's like, I don't know. What? Why not? It might be the crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. And neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. Okay, so refill me in. What was she wrong about in the case? I can't remember exactly what happened in that case. Like what caused her to be like disgraced? You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I knew to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. Okay, she was to channel the victim, and the victim was Edgeworth's father, right? And he said it was the security guard or whatever, right? Oh, say. Oh, it was, yeah. So specifically. Okay, so, wait. Yeah, okay. And then Von Karma was blamed for it all. Okay, yeah. But he lied to make sure that his son wouldn't get any, like, he wouldn't be blamed at all. He wanted to remove any doubt. But it was all set up by Von Karma either way. Okay. This is here at the temple when she was a child. However, we still don't know much about her past, so we're looking into it. That reminds me. Edgeworth went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look up some stuff on her. I should ask him what he's found. Oh, well, okay. And you have to remember, all this information came out like when I played this so long ago. I'm not good at retaining information when I just push it out of my head. Like, oh my god! Like once it's done, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I never viewed these games as an overreaching story until we got to this one, until the third one. But I've also been playing them to try and get through them as quickly as possible in my own way. I like them, but I also don't like them. You know what I mean? It's all coming together, and I wish I would have paid more attention to things. You know what I mean? It's weird that all of a sudden there's no one. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. Sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out that shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. I think you're right. This is the kind of game where you, like in this whole series, I should have just done it start to finish, boom. And yeah, full engagement where I wish I would have like had a better idea of I needed to, because I went at it like each case is going to be its own kind of like episodic thing, slightly overreaching characters. Oh, hey, there's old bag again, haha, funny. Oh, wait a minute, they're talking about this case from 5 years ago, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of, is it all tying together? Yeah. It is. It honestly, and now it's all coming together. It's a really cool. Why is my voice crying? It's a really cool story. It's all coming together. But I did not play this game right or engage in it in the right way, and I feel kind of bad about that. I really do. Yeah, it's one of those things where if I ever play any other Phoenix Wright games, it will be start to finish. Boom, boom, and no, like the only interruptions will be, oh, it's time to end streaming for the night, sort of thing, you know. I don't know if I can really play any other games where Phoenix isn't the lead character, to be perfectly honest, except for the Edgeworth ones. Because I don't like it without Phoenix. Oh, Mr. Nick! Pearls! What are you doing here? Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Well, we don't know yet. Yeah, see... Are you talking about Nightbeam? Oh, I see. Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry? This is a loser shack where losers get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that? Okay. Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Luis did a picture of me. That's, Great, Pearls. Oh, we're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't you try getting fired up over becoming a better man? Don't believe the word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll let you down. Oh, Mystic Maya. Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? I've got nothing to say to you, Nick. But let's hear now with Pearl. Two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. It does. I mean, it does. I will say that, like, one thing about this whole series is that it's amazing characters. Like, I love the characters. What am I gonna do with him? All right, then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls?
I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw it all, so I think it's really amazing.
See? Someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know? Yeah.
It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it.
That's head empty.
It's like a dream, a wonderful fantasy.
No. It wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night. I'm telling you. Iris really flew that night.
But Mr. Larice...
Not you, too. Please, don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase, I beg you. This picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, but so I was like half asleep when I was there that night. I was wide awake after the lightning struck. I saw what I saw. Exactly like I drew the picture. It looks like I don't have any choice but to take his sketch at face value. Hey, what's with that look down on your face? Yeah, see, I kind of agree with that. Or it's got to be something where if it's a story-heavy game like these, I can't take months and months and months to play through them. Because I forget shit like that. I may have gotten the Misty thing if I would have actually been paying more attention to what was going on. If I would have actually thought back, oh, wait a minute. She doesn't remember what her mother looks like. 17 years, oh my god. So yeah, I mean, it's half me being an idiot, and half me taking so long that I just forget the impression I'm not paying enough attention. And in games like this, you need to dedicate yourself to it. Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick?
I mean to ask you about the night of the murder. Well, after this, I'm gonna be doing Tales of Symphonia, but that's gonna be a thing where it doesn't tie to other games. I'll be playing through that, and everything in that game will be contained within that game. I don't know. No, not all hidden objects all the time. No. And then Elden Ring, when I start streaming that tomorrow, it's gonna be nothing but Elden Ring for a little while here. Where were you, and what exactly were you doing when it all happened?
I'm just a kid, you know? I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. I care about this game. I do. But I think I went into it with the wrong attitude. And there was a point where I got really frustrated with them too, because I was feeling like an idiot. Like, the logic leaps and things like that, so... On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be Miss Donham's room, reading a book together. But Miss Donham was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the Inner Temple. Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick.
Oh, jeez, she's got Cyclops too? How do I solve this? I like that she's so... They had to change the placement of the locks because she's so short.
I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished.
What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power has disappeared.
What? Powers have disappeared? What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls? Yes, I would, definitely. It's an adventure game / visual novel.
It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint.
Hey, what do you look at me for? Pearls? Did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you. Just as I thought. I'm going to have to break her Cyclops to get the truth out of her. Okay, so we'll come back to these Cyclops. I want to open up all the dialogue and things with everybody first. Main gate. I wonder if Sister Bikini is back at the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. I think everyone is Sister Bikini's type. Whoa.
What's the damage? How's the sacred cavern?
It looks like it survived, but we have a bigger problem now. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern.
But who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Korean tradition.
We have Iris at the sacred cavern, trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini.
Oh, yes. We were in the middle of a chat, weren't we?
Yes. You were telling me how the Master of Kurain disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Face suddenly appeared at this temple.
It was about a week ago when Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the Master, she said, "Someone's trying to destroy the Kurain's tradition's main family line. I'm here to put a stop to them."
Someone was trying to destroy the main family line?
There's only one heir to the title of Master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. The child becomes the new Master of Kurain, and her daughters the main family. All the minions become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line.
Well, we already know that happened with her sister, who's in jail. Is the power of the Master worth this much bloodshed? I remember that much.
You believe the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real.
Yeah, what happened to that bitch? Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Mask the Mask case. And during Maggie Bird's trial, too. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me when I need her the most. Tids.
The Kurain technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead. That's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there, behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill?
I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you to be really rich by now.
Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? Oh, you're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see. All because of one little mistake.
Mistake? What mistake? Oh my god, it's coming back.
It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident.
That incident? Is she talking about what I think she is?
I'm sure the record still exists if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the Dl6 Incident. That's the name of the file.
The Dl6 Incident?
I knew it!
The Dl6 Incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago.
Ah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case.
Here we go. It's all coming together now. A murder that took place 17 years ago. And that's the game to reiterate for us.
It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer.
And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother.
So Mystic Misty's channeling through Mystic Misty. The name of a certain man surfaced. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action.
The
But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he? That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Karain tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media. The public, the judiciary, the people of Karain village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Missy's powers were a sham. And then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all. Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Korean tradition is starting to recover at last. With the new master wielding the power of the clan. Does she mean Maya? Spiritual power of the Korean channeling technique is in the blood. Maya's told me the exact same thing before. We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with the spirits flows strongly through us. According to Maya, only the women of the family can inherit that power. The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Amy. With each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master. And the ones who don't become branched families, right? That's right. It's always the cause of tragedy. You know, Maya had a sister too. An older sister named Mia. Oh yes, I've heard of her. What? You knew about Mia? You know, of course! She became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother. And lost her life as a result. You know Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition. Really? Hey Rose, how you doing? Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mother, her mom, and her aunt. That's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the Master Seat from her. Oh. Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. Morgan? There's a name I know well. It was a year ago now, at Maya's home, Karain Village. What she did was terrible. It was also she could make her own daughter the next master. Too good for this world. I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must have already realized that Iris... Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this? That Iris is... Mystic Morgan's daughter. What?! What? Iris is what?! Is she... What?! I was not... What?! Channeling Nick for real. Kidding? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? What? Did you say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already. I have. I know her very well. Oh? Yes, Pearls. Pearl Faye. But I always thought she was an only child. You jest. That child. She's Mystic Morgan's. I had no idea. Oh, Mystic Morgan. But she's in prison now, isn't she? Yes. Ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. Morgan got around! Holy fuck! That bitch! It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master. I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2. 3?! Wait, what? 3? Yes, Iris, her twin! I knew it! Oh, I fucking knew it! I was giving us the twin! Twin sister, Mystic Pearl. What? Twin sister? Not even to her, Kia. Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. It's just an OC creator key. Oh God, no! After the clan leadership was taken from her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Kurain's reputation hit an all-time low. Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master. He left her in the village, taking their twin daughters with him. Right now, yes! I've been put into the blockchain. Yeah. How awful. He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris. That was Iris, you see. It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister... Could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris's sister? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. Well, that's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. Thank you very much. You helped clear up a lot of details. Pearls has 2 older sisters, huh? Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family. Anger? What do you mean? Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead clan. That's why she had pearls? Seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. It was able to break free of the bars that confined her. So Iris had a twin sister. The plot thickens. It's just business. This information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. Just clone pearls. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Kurain. I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating's all about. Investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Cabbage in Nick's mind. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way. I'd never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae. Oh god, that was reggae. Whoops. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal. Huh? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So, what are you up to, detective? Your reggae sounds I didn't know it was reggae at first. I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon. The Bob Storm thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter? Investigation. So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal. But I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the Inner Temple Garden. And they're taking that blood writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ. What? You mean... I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You got me. I don't know. They're not my words, pal. Herlock Sholmes. Then who said it? Mr. Godo. Godo? What did he mean by that? About that letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. All I'll find is some burnt up old letter. Burnt up old letter? Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the inner temple. The incinerator? I knew it! I knew I wasn't imagining it. Bloop. There was snow in the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away. Which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder. What's up with you, pal? You got it. I've got it right here if you want to take a look. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case. Gumshoe, my sweet summer child. Spirit mediums? For record. Spirit mediums and masters? Be careful. Once night falls, she'll be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is blank. She is our ally, the whole blank. Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is burn the... Also make... Not... Tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. What? Better give it a good looking over and some serious thought. Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal. Really say anything? But this is the whole game. This is how every single case has been, Retro. Like, other ones have been outside of the courtroom this much, too. So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? Well, it wasn't the, Shichishoto that was found impaled in the victim's body. Cedric proved that in court today. Yes, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. Yeah. And that's what we're running around like headless chicken looking for now, huh? Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this. Secret weapon? Yeah. What's this secret weapon of yours? You wanna know? You've gotta think scientifically, okay? Alright. Murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far? No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart. So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector. Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Well, you wanna give scientific investigation a go? Huh? Me? I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? Hey, forensics expert. Yeah. Come on, pal. It's good fun, I'm telling you. Alright then. I guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. So sensitive, you can make it cry. It's so high-tech, you can skydive off of it. High-tech. Oh, bother. So now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure, that's what we're trying to find out. Right. So first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off something metallic. Next, put the detector on and give the courtyard a good look-see, pal. Don't worry, this baby will let you know when you've hit on something metallic. And when that happens, press enter to give the area a good hard stare. Because the metallic objects that are hidden from sight, too. You could look at anything and everything if it seems suspicious, okay, pal? Ah, sure, this statue wasn't the real murder weapon, pal. Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check it out again anyway. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Do you know about that sword? It's supposed to represent the multiple branches that life could take, all ending as one. Yes, I heard something about that. You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life I'd be leading had I not joined the homicide division? Using that DS, right?
You think about that kind of stuff, Detective?
Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as a blue badger.
There's something to be said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the blue badger. Oh, hello. It doesn't look like there's anything here.
Hey, pal! All you gotta do is watch the detective and let it tell you what's there, okay?
Alright already. I'm not exactly with the machinery, you know. But it's going crazy. It's a wooden, or is it just because the cane's not right there? This is Miss Donham's staff, isn't it?
Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood.
But the detective's reacting to it.
Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? Don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic.
Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it?
It's whether this thing is causing a racket.
Here, let me take a look at it.
Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the... Ack!
The top is coming off. It's a fucking sword cane.
It's a sword cane! Look what you've done. You've damaged a really important piece of evidence. Ah! That's a
sword.
Army? Inside the staff.
Is this... Could it be...
The murder weapon?
I never guessed that there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff.
You call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else.
I told my wife that if I ever get to the point where I need to have a walking cane, it has to be a sword cane, even though they're illegal up here.
For some noodles. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot.
I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. But the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden. Then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe. Who knows about the hidden sword?
No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now.
Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe.
Wrath.
Look, it doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it.
I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh?
No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder.
Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal.
It's about the same length as the Shido, though, too. This must be the murder weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to the forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it's been wiped off. See you later, pal.
Oh, that was abrupt.
Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight.
Wait up, detective.
Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know?
You're gonna get that stuff analyzed, right? Get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a little while?
Huh? What are you talking about, pal?
Please. Just until we find Maya.
Maya? What's this got to do with her?
I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Oh? How so?
Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and... well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel.
You don't think...
Maya's been murdered? Please, detective. Let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern.
You're looking kind of iridian there. Okay, I'll just stop with that face, pal. One thing, though. It's not a secret trick. I'll skip between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished.
I understand.
It's just a regular, run-of-the-mill staff. You got it? Okay, now you take good care of it, pal.
Thank you, detective.
Don't worry. She'll be fine.
Gumshoe.
You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. I want to take you there when we find Maya, huh, pal?
Sure. Thanks. He is so fucking wholesome. I love him.
A date?
I wonder what was Elise Donham doing with the staff like this in the first place?
True. Okay. Cookies researched. A immaterial girl. Dining. Okay, let's see if we can break Pearls. Expecting Larry and Pearls to be here. I guess I must have gone to collect firewood. I suppose I'll have to check back later. Ah, damn, okay. Actually, let's see if we have something to do for the night of the crime. I should probably save though, so I can save stuff if I really need to. Okay, let's go. Shout out to the Canadian flag army. Okay. We're going through this. So Bikini saw her. It's very clear. And we already know that. We talked about Maya's training, CCRs, right there, okay. Boom.
Well, it's the main hall early, so I wouldn't be late.
What time is that?
Let me see. So it's at about 9:40, I think.
Sorry, I was saying, why doesn't suit you?
Huh?
Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40, but what you say doesn't add up with this. Okay. I think it's the weather data report. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow 7 to approximately 10:50. Lightning 10 to approximately 11. I think that's it. It's not? Oh, God. Oh, ring out, lights out, bell, and okay. That's what it is. You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
Who's that?
Me.
Mr. Wright.
We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten.
No, that's right. I remember.
And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the... I want... You saying for me to hold it in, I want you to know that this is the moment when I realize something's going on and I'm putting it together. I want you guys to know that. I want you specifically to know that I'm figuring it out. You were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you're ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. So no possible explanation for this apparent possibility. There were 2 of you. Hawk Whisperer. And the game basically. Another incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. Which means there must have been 2 of you. So, she's a twin. Iris is given to the temple, but somehow Delilah is not in jail? What? I can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible.
Objection!
Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise.
You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there's more than one of me.
Is it Larry's picture? Tell me it's Larry's picture! I don't have a profile for Delilah, unfortunately. Oh. Oh, that's it. Oh.
There's another me. Especially someone who looked like me, you know?
I guess so.
Are you saying that I look like this person?
Well, I can't say with 100% certainty, but nah, damn it.
So, then?
Didn't I? I thought I asked a couple of people. Ah, damn it. Yeah, shit. Okay, I gotta go back to where is he, though? I went to the garden. Oh. I didn't show this to him. Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister?
What?
A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin. God damn it. There's nothing about Iris having a twin sister. Having a sister in the files, I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Delilah Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. Dahlia. Okay, sorry, Dahlia. I keep saying Dahlia. I can't. I've been saying Korean for Karain. Here's my first court case 6 years ago. I was agreed on, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Gumshoe speaks right. I'm the only person in existence that doesn't say things right. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. You married God. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. It's just such a huge fucking soap opera. Her sister, well, her stepsister actually, they weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh, and this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. Yeah, this is the end of the whole series, Retro. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? No! No! Well, okay, sorry, the trilogy. Because I know who Dahlia is! Well, here, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest and only to historians, so to speak.
What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right. I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. Yeah, but she didn't know it was her cousin. It's been almost 5 years since the guilty verdict was handed down, and a sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But you understand now. She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. Seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Kurain channeling technique. Falcon, yes. Did you say Kurain channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh, yes. I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the Dl6 Incident case file and you'll know. Does he not? He doesn't know that we... Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then, you'll see that the Kurain channeling technique is real. So do I have her as a... There, okay, good. Okay, let's present. Does Edgeworth not know that we... Like, he's... It could just be that they're doing it for the sake of recap, but it feels like he has no idea that we had anything to do with that case and know that... Like, doesn't he know that we put away Von Karma for the murder of his father? That's true, he did call them psycho locks, so... Oh, I almost picked this one. Oh god! Wrong order. It's true, true. Her own testimony. And finally, the actual picture of Dahlia. There were two of you. There we go. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. If they did what I think they did, I'm gonna be so pissed off. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? This second you, who was here at the temple on the night of the murder, it was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. But you just said yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. I have to DM because I'm going nuts here. I have to at least put it forth. Hold on a second. That's what I'm afraid of. Oh my god! Yeah. Answer! I don't know. Lamau. Anyway, it's out there, so if I can at least say that I figured out if I'm right, so I have that, and you guys can at least back me up. Anyway, let's go. Case bullying. This whole thing is blowing my mind. Meow. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Kurain channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Ah! Yes! I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister. Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month. Just as I suspected. The Iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before? Because... No one's backseating right now, Cloud. Because my sister always does the right thing. Excuse me? Because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again. You betrayed her? What do you mean? That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way. What is she talking about? That's not backseating. That's... I told them what my theory was. And I'm saying if I say, like, I knew it, then they can at least back me up on that. Like saying, oh, yes, he did say that, which they probably won't. I know YouTube probably like, you never said that. Trail. You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago? That was the start of it all. It was what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. For betrayal? It's all because I betrayed her. How did you betray her, Iris? It's no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing. What? I got scared, so I ran away. What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father. That's awful. But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money. Huh? It was revenge on our father. Revenge? Oh, it's up here now. What do you mean by revenge? He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away, and then he sent her to hell. Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay. Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many businesses and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power. But his plan backfired, because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Kurain. That'd be Misty Fay, Maya's mother. Before long, the credibility of the Korean tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Faye, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the Dl6 Incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive and that he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple?
Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother, once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family, I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together.
Me too. I've asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Faye clan.
That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Hurry up, Phoenix Wright.
There's still much to investigate. Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you, I promise.
Thank you. So I better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's Psych Lock. Back at Heavenly Hall? Yep, okay. Look at that. They really did make a fire, right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick!
Oh, you're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, they've already polished them all off. I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearl is hiding. Phoenix isn't even straight. That's when Phoenix knew he wasn't straight. It's like this straight bitch. Out of the crime. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Stoning's room, reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go?
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried, I had to...
Oh.
I don't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Stoning's room. Because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? Yeah. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? And the next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Oh, okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is... It's a who. Okay, Morgan is here. Okay, good. Well, Pearls? To be worried about what? Oh, no, wait.
I remember now, actually.
What's that?
You, Mr. Nick.
Your visits are really strange. God damn it. How embarrassing. God damn it. Okay, so... About her. I have pneumonia. Okay, it's gonna be more. Okay. But why would she be worried about... Oh. God, of course she's worried about Maya. I'm an idiot. Of course, Maya was there. She was worried about Maya. Yeah, derp. It's obvious what we were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? Ah! You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course. I signed up for your special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Maya Nick, please. I know, right? I'm an idiot. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple.
Now we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple?
It's probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Till after 10? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
She heard the lights out bell? The Hazakura Temple's bell is pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
Just trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing the bell?
Huh? Oh, I
think I know why. The reason you're so worried about that bell is because of this. It's this, because yeah, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel. Oh my god, no. No. You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper?
Ah! Where did you...
In the incinerator at the Inner Temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me? No.
As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... That's what I DM'd about. Fucking Pearls channeled Dahlia and... It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter.
Ah!
It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris who Sister Bikini met at the Inner Temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? Okay, this one is her mother. Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you. That's why.
How did you...
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay.
What? Alright, Pearls, it's time you started telling me the truth.
Mr. Nick,
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
don't underestimate me just because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you're trying to say I follow these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right, there's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it.
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
Huh? How do you know that?
It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given. But you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. Okay, let me... Everything was to master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Also make... Find out this letter. It is. Page 3 is really sus. She burned the bridge. Burn. Is it Larry's picture? No, or am I? Because, yeah, okay. Gravely roast. Oh! Gravy and roast! Oh! It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
What? Why would I do something like that?
Do you remember what was written in the letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Donim on the night of the murder? I got it. Perhaps we can read some books together.
Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
Miss Elise, so for example, how do you read this?
It says, gravely. It's kind of a tough word. Sure, Miss Donim taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounded like gravy.
Gravy sounded like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right.
Oh no. Tell me Pearls is not the murderer. The night of the crime.
After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I sure is the master of Kurain, just like it said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why don't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started, and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then,
Pearls, did you fall asleep? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris, too. It happens.
Anyway, then you found yourself trapped in the inner temple? Yes, when I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but the Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter in the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy and let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried.
A real Pearl. Oh, it must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too.
Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. It's written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. So I went over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ringing.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. I just couldn't do it.
Oh, don't let it get you down, Pearl. It all worked out. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that.
So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone? Yes, I don't know what to do. Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though. Could you please tell me what it is anyway? It could happen if someone else is already channeling the same spirit. So, was it Maya that channeled it, somehow? Someone else? What do you mean? Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Oh, yep. That's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken.
And that would mean on that night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish. Her final wish? Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully. This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. My mother's gone to a place called a penitentiary. Yeah, I know. Pearls. I visit her every month. And last month, she told me... The time you've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and to do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now, listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden. Yeah, I mean, it's prison, not, you know... I don't know. It was always so nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah. Moms would do anything for their kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so I had to be good for her, too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick? I guess so, yeah. In a clay cup. There's a picture with the letter, too. A picture? Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Oh, pretty weird, huh?
Like Larry knows anything about this stuff. Something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal note was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
Oh, sure is pretty strange.
Someone had opened it already? Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out. You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be all right. Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Ha! Huh. Finally figured it out, have you, Trite? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godo! Don't share anything that has to do with this game. Until the executions, at least. The entrance to Sacred Cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. Okay. But it's all a waste of time.
Why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realized that, but... And you were the only one who was by their sides. Oh god, Kia. You're the only one who could have saved them. Oh god. What, would it end up okay? But I didn't know anything about what was going on. Huh. What did I just say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow, once and for all.
Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true?
It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
Kia!
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come, for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now finally, after all this time, the Master Seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. To be continued.